Okay, good afternoon. My name is Oriane Francesca D. Santos, and I'm going to report about the chapter 36, which is the last topic that we are going to discuss, and it is about reporting on risk management. So, before we proceed onto the following slides, I would like to explain what is the meaning of risk reporting. So, risk reporting is about a wide range of risk documentation that is relevant to risk management activities. And on the following slides, we are going to explain about the table that are list all the types of risk management documentation that we can use or it is required to the following topics. So first we have here is the risk management administration, wherein it is the administrated risk, wherein we can mitigate all the certainties that we can occur on a certain basis. So next one is risk response and improvement plans. So this is the way we can take action or it is to lessen or even mitigate the uncertainties of a certain risk that can occur. So ito yung mga plano na pwede nating gamitin to help or even to lessen the burden on what can happen to a certain risk. Next we have is event reports and recommendations. So recommendations, as stated from the term itself, we recommend or we ask for permission to take action on a certain basis. So for example, we recommend to make this happen or to know what is the possible way to even mitigate or lessen the risk that will happen. So it will be on a case-to-case basis to what is more possible or even to what is more convenient to a certain report. For example, ano yung mas makakatotohanan na makakatulong sa isang risk. Next we have is the risk performance or certification report. So, dito na yung last part wherein we can show what are the steps that we have made to follow the risk or to help to mitigate the risk itself. Then the performance level is, for example, what are the steps that we had made and is it convenient or did it help us to mitigate the risk? Alright, we have now the next slide, which is the deeper meaning or understanding of risk performance and certification. So as you are seeing there, it includes the operational management reports as well as the formal declaration. So it includes also the third party as the formality or pag sinasabi natin makatotohanan or para mas maniwala sila na legitimate yung reports that there are basis that this is effective, this is legitimate, or it has a deeper understanding when it comes to attestation, when it comes to external activities. Then it is related also to financial reporting since we all know that financial reporting is important to financial activities. Most importantly, these are numbers or amounts or capitals that we show as a proof that our company is doing great in business. So it typically is an as again attestation with the undertaken by an external auditor. So it is written or it is evaluated that the effectiveness or even if it is beneficial for a certain company to do the risk performance or the risk mitigation that you have done on a certain basis. Alright, as stated here on the PDF or what I've searched, the Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2022 is the other term as enhanced reporting requirements. So what do we mean by that? So as stated here, all parts of the world are currently applying this kind of enhancement, which means this is the important or most beneficial requirements that they should submit as their basis or achievement on a higher standards that will apply on their capability with the other requirements of other companies in terms of their financial reports or statements. Then what is the risk in here? So for example, if you have posted a certain financial statement or report that you have done on a different source, then it has been tampered or it has been modified by another company. So it means it will be listed on as unlegitimate or incomplete or even unresourceful for other people or individuals that will look into it. So as stated here also, additionally, the organization may have subsidiaries or other parties that can help them on registering their company as a charity. Well, when I say charity, is a helping hand. So, or can operate, for example, as an insurance company, perhaps to captivate the people's or individuals' insurance preferences. By the way, this kind of documentation also submits as an incident report or what is currently happening or what is currently active as of the moment on to a certain business or company that they are doing the report for. By the way, if you are currently seeing there, the bottom part, it states that the risk guidance from the FRC or Financial Reporting Council has published a comprehensive set of responsibilities for the Board of Organization in 2014. And I'll be proceeding to the next slide because there is a table that states all the responsibilities for the board. Alright, if you are seeing there the picture, all of the numbers and tabulated dots are currently the responsibilities of the Board of Organization for our FRC, our Financial Report Council. Then, number one is risk management process. We have also the principal risk of risk appetites. Next is risk culture and risk assurance. And we have also the risk profile and risk mitigation. Number 5 is monitoring and review activities. And lastly, we have is risk communication and reporting. So that 6 are the responsibilities that we should occur when we are part of the board. Okay, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na certainties. For example, you have posted a lot of regulatories or authorities from different published or publishers, sorry. Then, reporting requirements is currently detailed or dapat detalyado lahat ng type mo or nilalagay mo sa isang report because any wrong information or any detail na magkamali ka lang, it is served as incomplete, as unlegitimate, or unresourceful for a individual or parang hindi makakatotohanan kasi once na nakita mo may pagkakamali sa isa, then mali na rin yung isa, di ba? Next we have is some organization may decide to issue a specific report to achieve a high profile to a certain aspect to their organization. So this kind of reports will help them to assure that their capability or their achievement as a certain company will help them to enhance a certain report. Alright, we will be moving on to the second topic, which is the Sarbanes-Oakley Act of 2022. Actually, ito yung pinakamahabang topic ko, but I'll only listed 5 important summaries na kailangan natin maintindihan. So first is the primary or main purpose of SOX or the Sarbanes-Oakley Act. It is to ensure that all information is disclosed by companies listed on the stock exchange in the United States is accurate. Actually, I'm not sure if also in the Philippines this is implemented, but again, in the United States, all information provided to SEC should be detailed, should be all legitimate, and dapat accurate lahat ng nalagay mong numbers or information doon sa report na yun. Because the SEC information is posted on the main website wherein all companies can access it for financial or business purposes. So, makaka-help yun sa isang business. For example, yung dinisclose na information is about the growth of their company. Then, if ever a certain business wants to invest or wants to partner with this certain company, then this will be an advantage for them or opportunity. As stated here, the Sarbanes-Oakley Act was passed in the response to range corporate scandals in the United States. These scandals involved misrepresentation of the financial status of a various organization, leading to misleading information or financial statements. So again, yung in-explain ko kanina, all the information listed there is accessed by a lot of people. So if ever may misinformation dyan na for example, your growth and your business is going down or is not doing well, it may lead to controversy or information that can lead your business to insufficient growth, sorry, and ito yung magiging liability nyo pagdating sa future. Then, as stated then, meron din dito, it may lead to misleading financial statements. For example, you tampered a number that causes a misleading information. Then, I'm not sure if that will be an opportunity sa business mo. But if ever this information has been proved that it is unlegitimate or inaccurate for you to post to SEC, it may lead to sanctions na kailangan mo harapin sa court, and it may be bad for your company. We have here stated that there is a section 404 for SOX, and it states that this assessment is designed to identify the weaknesses of a financial reporting structure. Then, if we may say, sino ba yung gumagawa nito? Syempre, external auditors. It cannot be accessed by any people na sasabihin, this is wrong, this is incomplete, this is not accurate, because they do not have the basis to say that. It should be evaluated and it should be gathered by a financial reporting structure of a external audit or auditor itself. So, why external auditor? Because they have the profession or they have the ability to provide you the attestation or the basis on why this could lead you as a weakness for your company. Then we have here a requirements that states that an approved risk management framework should be used to evaluate risk to accurate financial reporting. I know pa ulit yung accurate or financial reporting na sinasabi kong evaluation. But yes, again, to start with, ito yung pinaka main purpose niya is to serve as an evaluation to certain companies that will look onto their financial reports, or again, auditors can use this as their opportunity to see accurate or inaccurate reports that was posted to SEC. Okay, we have is the SOX or the Sarbanes-Oakley Act is said to be costly or time-consuming exercise. Now, bakit nga ba siya costly or time-consuming sa tingin nyo? So, basic lang naman kasi ang sabi dito sa PPT is again, okay, let us explain the last part wherein sinabi dito na ang SOX daw or Sarbanes-Oakley Act is ineffective, costly, and insufficient to be used by a lot of US state companies. So, bakit nga ba? Sabi dito sa PDF, there has been a survey that was conducted by a Georgia State University wherein 300 CEOs ang pinagkondakan nila or pinagtanungan if ang SOX is effective nga ba to be used for certain companies. So as for checking here, half or 1/4 of the CEOs stated that it is ineffective. So bakit nga ba sa tingin natin ineffective yun or hindi na necessary to be used since yung internal audit nila, as we all know, the job of that is to check, to evaluate, to scrutinize if tama ba yung mga reports na ginagawa nila. So, why should we still add another burden to an internal audit by the SEC? So, bakit pa ipapa-double check for another expenses? So, ayun yung nasa mind ng mga CEOs na nag-conduct doon sa survey na yun. And as you all know, syempre, pag magtatayo ka ng isang business, meron ka ng auditor niyan for sure. Because you will track down any expenses, any income na pumapasok sa company mo. Then, it states here that it is certainly unnecessary, burdensome, and it will cost them millions to know if it is inaccurate or even accurate to start off in a certain report. So, ayun lang yung advantage. For sure, This will be double checked by SEC or the internal auditors of a certain SEC company kasi they will be double checking until they will publish this certain report. But again, as a point of view, as CAO, as an entrepreneur, this is costly and time consuming for them to be utilized. Okay, so next topic we have is risk reports by US companies. So again, risk reports pa rin yung ito-topic natin, but it is for US companies specifically. So I have here some examples kung ano yung mga risk reports na yun. First is general economic conditions. So ano nga ba yung mga economic conditions? For example, fluctuation, inflation, deflation, interest rates, or a lot more na connected sa economic basis. So I have here some tabulated examples. For example, I have here the higher cost of insurance for terrorism, sabotage, or hijacking. So we all know that hindi natin malalaman kung ano yung certain risk na mangyayari sa isang araw. So, hindi natin kaya i-predict. Kung sino man kaya mag-predict dyan, magpakita ka sa akin kasi Diyos ka na. Hindi ko talaga alam kung kaya mo i-predict kung kailan mga hijack ang isang unknown individual, kung kailan magkakaroon ng terrorism sa isang country, and kung kailan makakaroon ng sabotage sa isang company or business na kaaway mo or may say competitor. Then we have is next the ability to change or achieve cost savings. Self-explanatory. Syempre, cost savings is to not be time-consuming, not to be costly in terms of expenses. Next we have is fluctuation and fuel cost. For we all know, ang fuel ang isa sa pinaka-important na part when it comes to businesses, lalo na kapag may mga machineries ka. So there is a risk for all we know kapag tumaas ang fuel, tataas ang expenses mo, tataas ang pinaka main productivity na kailangan mo maganap. Pag walang fuel, walang machineries, and walang products. Is the changes in currency and interest rates. So, I think ito yung pinaka-common sa atin na naranasan sa isang industry. Kasi, for example, in a multinational company, ang currency is napaka rampant in changes. For we all know, kada galaw ng ating inflation or kada galaw ng dollar, ng peso, lahat yan nagbabago. For example, yung naranasan natin ngayon dito sa Philippines, Philippine peso versus the dollar, US dollar. I don't know if 50 above na ba ang ating dollar to peso, but yes, ganun kalaki ang palitan ng peso sa dollar ngayon. So, 'di ba? Sobrang laking problema pagdating sa isang industry kapag nagbago yung currency sa isang bansa. Okay, another risk is disruptions at key sites and facilities. If you all know, facility is where the magic happens. Andito yung mga staffs, andito yung mga products na ginagawa and nare-release natin sa industry, and andito yung mga machineries na kailangan natin to produce. And if ever we cannot produce and it happens to be disrupted, we do not have money. We do not have the income to generate it. Therefore, we should take a look at this risk to be mitigated or to lessen the burden. Next we have is the incidents resulting from the transport of hazardous chemicals or materials. So we all know hazardous chemicals or materials is dangerous. If isang mali mo lang, it can be a boom. Pwedeng sumabog, pwedeng makasira, and pwede pang maging burden to sa isang industry if ever this happens to a certain facility that they are in. Another one we have is the strikes, work stoppage, and work slowdowns. So we all know ang strike nangyayari yan kapag hindi maganda ang pamamalakad, hindi magandang industry, or hindi magandang work environment. So, when it comes to strikes, siguro ang risk lang dyan is slow down when it comes to performance, to being unproductive, disruptions due to employee illness, and results of an influenza pandemic. So, Alam naman natin yung nangyayari ngayon, COVID-19, SARS, every pandemic na nangyari ngayon sa Philippines, and sa lahat naman ng country nangyayari yun ngayon or na-experience nila. So, this could be a risk not just for US companies but to the whole world actually. Next, we have is the market acceptance of our new service and growth initiatives. So, ito yung mga new entries. This could be a risk to before companies na kilala na, syempre, the hype of the new entries when it comes to the products and the services na kaya nilang i-offer, they can be initiated to a new beginning or to new products that they can serve to other people. Then next we have is the changes in customer demand patterns, and hindi naman natin ma-force ang isang consumer to buy a lot of products. Next we have is the impact of technology developments on our operations. So, alam naman natin na advancement of technology happens really quick. So, ang daming lumalabas na bagong updates, na bagong mga machineries na sobrang daling gamitin. Kaso, medyo costly nga siya for a certain company if hindi nila kaya yung ganong expenses. But yes, a technological advancement really helps a certain company to grow, lalo na kapag sobrang laki na ng operations niya. A slight technology will not hurt you but will help you to grow when it comes to your operations. But again, it is costly when it comes to buying their certain technological updates or machineries that we usually use nowadays. Next we have is the disruptions to our technological infrastructure. For example, is mga roadworks. Syempre, it can cause traffic, it can cause slowdowns when it comes to transporting our products. Next is another technological advancement, but it is regarding weather forecast. And again, we cannot assume when or what is the exact time, kailan uulan, kailan lilindol, kailan araw, kailan sobrang init, kailan sobrang lamig, because we cannot predict any accurate moment when it comes to weather conditions. So, if ever na umulan man, can you predict if kailan babaha sa lugar mo? Next is if our subcontractors, employees were considered as the operations, it can change in tax laws or their interpretation by authorities. Okay, next topic we have is the charities risk reporting. Sorry about the typo, hindi in charities, it should be charities. But yes, as we all know, charities is a act wherein you will be providing a service that is sponsored, partnered, or it's not paid by any kind of money. It is a willing act you can do for any certain businesses or organizations. Then it's stated here that it is recognized that some charities, particularly large charities, which is the well-known companies that are do operations that is complex to one organization. So their basic approach to expand is in their reporting. So it is stating there that if you do a report, you will state a reference for charity events or charity operations that you conduct on a certain basis. So where it is more detailed approach to reporting to adopt a desirable to address the following broad principles. And this will be describing how they will be incorporated into the management itself on proceeding or doing charities. So, kung nakikita niyo yung mga bullets dyan, that will be the appropriate information wherein it should be added onto your report in the form of charity events. So, again, we have your linkage, we have a risk assessment and evaluation, and we also have the risk assessment of the activities, also monitoring the ongoing or embedded in the management operational procedures, and also the Board of Trustees to review the consideration of a certain principle. Okay, for the last topic for this chapter, I have here public sector risk reporting. So, ano nga ba yung meaning ng kind of report na to? Well, actually, kabaliktaran siya ng SOX, which is the last topic I have discussed, the Sarbanes-Oakley Act, but may identical meaning naman sila. For example, public sector risk reporting is giving out information publicly. However, it is not providing specific or nor mentioning the risk reporting to the external stakeholders. Unlikely doon sa may SOX provides information also publicly to the website of SEC, but it gives information for the stakeholders. Like it has a copy of every certain information that they can provide to other companies. Then, yung public sector risk reporting kasi, it's like confidential information that is posted publicly for their reference when it comes to financial reports. But again, external stakeholders are a tight information that are not included or cannot nor mention the specific data to the public. So, ayun lang naman yung main difference ng SOX than yung public sector reporting. As stated a while ago, may certain information na hindi pwedeng i-disclose publicly, and there is usually extensive information again for risk reporting structure that will be working within the government body. So that is the information that cannot be disclosed publicly, hence it is also called confidential. This information is set below its typical reporting by the UK local government authorities. Also, all lists on the strategic risk registered are monitored via quarterly clinics. So, these reports are coming from the clinical trials or that are forwarded by the executive committees twice per year. So, that is the time frame na ginagamit nila to evaluate or scrutinize any data that is given to them while monitoring specific basis. So, again, strategic risks are mostly registered reports by the full council, and they had the full consent of each company for this type of data.